Hey, and welcome back, fellow food enthusiasts and video gamers, to my show. Thanks for watching. Gosh, it's December out and it's cold. I hope you're enjoying this wonderful winter like I am, getting ready for Christmas. For those of you who are new to the show, I've been designing video games for about 20 years now. And I love to cook, so I decided to make a cooking show out of this. I've been asked over the years, how did I get into game development? Well, I started getting my foot in the door at Nintendo, working on titles like Yoshi's Island, Metroid Fusion for the Game Boy Advance, or Luigi's Mansion, Pikmin, Mario Sunshine for the GameCube. After doing that for about a few years, I decided to expand my horizons, and I found an assistant producer job at Surreal Software, working on a title called The Suffering Ties That Bind. After we released that, I decided to look for other work, and I found an entry-level game design position at a company called Handheld Games, working on titles like Spider-Man 3 Plug and Play and Power Rangers SPD. Then, after that, I just kind of worked my way up through the industry to where I'm at now, leading in creative game design. So, now, on to the cooking. Today, we're going to make a Thai dish that I fell in love with when I lived in Bangkok. It's a street version of Phad Thai. See, I lived in Bangkok for about 2 years in the back alleys of the city in a small street called Intamada East Sip Gao. And there was this really old lady. She had her food cart, and she'd come out and make this special street version of Phad Thai that I would eat at least 3 times a week. It was really light and really fresh. It wasn't like the westernized kind of version of Phad Thai where it's very saucy and greasy. You'll find a lot of videos online where you can find how to make authentic Phad Thai, but it's really hard to find a video that represents what I'm going to try to make and what we're going to focus on today. I did find one video though, and I'll put that in the link in the description below. So be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you have any questions about game development or the food that I'm cooking, feel free to leave a comment below. And one other thing to note is that in Thailand, the term Phad Thai, it means to quickly stir. So for the theme of this video, we're going to quickly speed things up a bit as we make this amazing, authentic Bangkok style, street style Phad Thai. Okay, as you'll see, I got my wok out here, and we're going to quickly go over the ingredients of what we're going to do for this fresh street style Phad Thai. First off, we're going to want to use some oil. You can use any kind of oil, but I'm using olive oil, so you want to quickly put a little dash into the pan there, not much, and let that get up to heat. And then we're going to want to crack an egg and put that into the pan, and then quickly stir it up. Follow along at the end of this because I'm going to show you how to do it. Next, we're going to put in some rice noodle. Doesn't matter what kind of rice noodle you want. This is the kind I used. I got it from the Asian store. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to prepare it and put it in a bowl at room temperature water for about an hour until it gets this kind of consistency so it's ready to fry up in the pan. Next, as everything's stirring up, then you're going to want to add a dash of water as well as a dash of vinegar. That kind of adds the freshness to this whole dish of what we're trying to do here. And then also, a lot of Phad Thai dishes uses different types of protein, like shrimp or chicken. We're going to use tofu. That's what the old lady used in the back alleyways of Thailand, so we're going to use tofu. You can find nice, tough kind of tofu at any kind of market. As that's all being stirred up, next then we're going to want to throw in a little bit of dried shrimp, get that shrimp flavor going on. And then we're going to want to move on and add some diced up green onions. As you can see, I've already pre-diced them just to make things go quicker here. We're going to use about half of this in the dish as we're cooking it up, quickly stirring it, and then the other half for when we garnish it at the end. Finally, kind of like a cherry on top, we're going to want to use some bean sprouts. It'd be great if you can find some really nice thick bean sprouts like this. After everything's finally cooked and poured into a plate, then you're going to want to garnish it with some sugar. You can use as much sugar as you want. Some people use a lot, some people use a little bit, but it's just kind of based off your flavor, as well as adding some chili powder. and that gives that kick, that nice spice kick to the dish. Finally, last but not least, you're going to want to add some peanuts. Ground up peanuts. Ground up. You know what that means. We're going to have to ground them up. Let's go. Okay, so we're going to grind up some peanuts, Thai style, in a mortar pestle. So you take a little bit of peanuts, give or take, kind of eyeball it. And then in Thailand, what they do is they squat. So here we go. Thai style. Just like they do in Thailand. All you Thai friends out there, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, that's about good. We're good to go. So here we go. Okay, so we've fired up the grill and we got the wok on there, and we're going to heat it up a little bit. We don't want to get too hot. Maybe, I think it's like 150 degrees Fahrenheit. Not too hot. We don't want to fry the food. We just want to cook it up and get it nice and hot. Now that it's feeling pretty hot, we're going to take our oil. We'll just do a splash, not too much. That's about right. We're going to stir that up in the pan, get it going good. Now that we got that nice and hot, we'll put in the egg. See how it fries nice and good there? Just like they do in the street, quickly stir it up. Break it up so it's nice, starts cooking really good. Now as that's going, we're going to add the noodle. Once again, we're going to quickly stir it up. Get kind of mixed up in there good. Really quick. Doesn't take long at all. Now for the splash of water. And the splash of vinegar. That simmer and cook and keep stirring. The key to this dish is to keep stirring. Just like so. Now, for the tofu. And the dried shrimp. See, as you let it sit there, it's starting to cook up nice and good. Once again, quickly stir. Very quick. Now, finally, for the veggies. Add the green onions. Save a bit for later. And to top it off, the bean sprouts. That smell is amazing. Again, quickly stir it. Quickly stir it up. It's starting to burn. We want to cook it. We don't want it to sit too long. We want to keep stirring that. Make it fresh. Keep it nice and fresh. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. And there you have it. Now it's time to dish it up. Okay, now that we've quickly stirred it up, it's time to dish it up. So here we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Nice and fresh and light. It's not greasy. It's not full of sauce. Nice veggies and noodle. Fresh Bangkok street style Phad Thai. Now, to garnish it off, what people like to do is they like to add a little bit of sugar. Depends on how much you want, how sweet you want it. And we also add chili powder. Look at that, beautiful. And then, since we have a little bit of green onions left, we're gonna add the rest to the top. So we get that nice fresh green onion flavor on the top. And if you have any bean sprouts left, you can put those on top as well. Adds to the freshness. And if you really want, you can add another extra layer of dried shrimp. Don't have to, but I love dried shrimp. And finally, last but not least, that ground up peanuts. Sprinkle some peanuts on the top there, ground up. We are good to go. Just look at that. Fresh Bangkok street style Phad Thai. Okay, now it's time for the taste test. Got the lime on there, squirted on there good. Got everything mixed up really good. Nice and fresh. Look at that, fresh, light, noodle, glorious goodness. It's so sweet and fresh with the hint of the shrimp. And the tofu. And the green onions. I think we nailed it. Aloy. Sap aloy. Well, there you have it, folks. Thanks for joining me as we cook some amazing Bangkok street style Phad Thai. Nice and fresh. It's not the kind of normal Phad Thai that you're used to, So I hope you enjoy it when you cook it and eat it for yourself. Feel free to leave comments below on what you think. And feel free to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, be happy, be good to each other, and eat good food. See you later.